Hello everyone, it's Odd Guardian here, and today I have a real treat for you. This is a how to play video into Rush Warrior. And Rush Warrior, this has been an insanely fun deck to play. If you played the times of Tempo Warrior, Dragon Warrior, back in the day when Warrior had these mid-range archetypes, then this is the closest I have experienced that style of play for years. Just an incredibly fun deck. It is a Prince Keleset type of mid-range deck. Well, what deck isn't Prince Keleset type of deck right now? And it has a lot of tools to take board control because it has plenty of these rush minions. It's also well equipped to fight against tokens because there's a Blood Razor in this deck. And a little bit later in the game there is Scourgelord Garrosh in this deck, and there's also one copy of Dino-Matic in this deck. I built this specific list by looking at all the common Rush Warrior lists being played on the ladder, trying to take a deep dive into the statistics of those decks, see what works, what doesn't work. And then I tried to build this to be a fairly straightforward one. There's no Spirit here, there's no Akali here, this doesn't go for any fancy tricks. This is just straightforward mid-range playstyle, and it just goes on like a train. Actually, Dino-Matic was one of the cards that I was quite hesitant about including, but I looked into statistics and it just seemed that the statistics showed that it was good. There's not a lot of mechs here, so there's always the risk that Dino-Matic hits your own stuff. But in practice there are often positions where you don't have board control, Dino-Matic lets you regain that board control, and then you start playing your non-mech minions after that again. I also really like running 2 copies of Spellbreaker in a deck like this. They allow you to neutralize major threats. Just a very solid tool overall. Keleset buff is great, then there's also Fungalman's buff, and these together also make it so that running stuff like Eternium Rovers, Towncriers doesn't feel that bad because you have some ways to buff them. And Towncriers give you some card draw, and Countess Ashmore also gives you some really sweet card draw. The deck obviously has tons of rush minions for Ashmore to draw, there's Ciliax for a lifesteal minion, and then there are 4 Death Rattle cards actually in this deck. There are 2 copies of Blood Razor and there are 2 copies of Mountain Fire Armor. And I've been having a lot of fun playing Mountain Fire Armor again. Mountain Fire Armor used to be one of my favorite cards in Nezot Warrior, and now it just fits very nicely as a 3-drop on this curve for this Rush Warrior. It is simply a deck that applies solid pressure, really a mid-range deck. You defend against aggression, you have a bunch of tools to do that, you can negate their aggro with Rush and with Taunts and with Blood Razor. And if you're up against more control-oriented decks, you push, you push, you push. You try not to overcommit so that if they get board clears, you try to play it so that the board clears are as ineffective as possible, and that if they manage to clear your board, then you have something else to repopulate that board with. And you have a little bit of card draw in this deck, so you don't run out of resources that easily thanks to those Towncriers and Countess Ashmore. And as you get later into the game, you try to set up lethals with Grommash. So you equip a Blood Razor, you swing with it once, it's ready, the Death Rattle is waiting for Grom play. Or if you can turn yourself into Scourgelord Garrosh, then your hero power itself can activate Grom. Also, the deck seems very strong in the current meta. I had just great time winning games left and right when I was playing this deck. A very good climbing deck if you're looking for one right now. As for the mulligans with this deck, of course it's a Keleset deck. You're always looking for Prince Keleset. And you're looking for your 1-drops, because some of them also draw cards for you. Most of the time you're also looking for a Frothing Berserker, because Frothing Berserker is a very strong play. And if you think that you're going to be defending against something like tokens, you're facing a Paladin, you're looking for a Blood Razor. If you're looking for a real mid-range deck to play, you want to feel that mid-range power, that just making threat after threat and keep refilling the board, threatening your opponent, then this is a great deck to play right now. If you enjoy this content, then please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And now, let's go take a look at Rush Warrior, climbing towards legend. I think I can probably try with this hand against Mage. I assume it's going to be an Odd Mage. Having access to Blood Razor, being able to use that for trading can be important. Frothing can potentially be killed with Pyromaniacs and stuff. Oh, it's actually a Big Spell Mage. Well, that might be worse for me. I don't have a lot of tools to challenge a Big Spell Mage, nor do I. Yeah, this went downhill quite quickly. I can also value trade here. I can't really develop the frothing out there. Or maybe I can. Maybe I have to. I think I have to. I just have to develop the frothing out there. It's risky. I know it's risky. But it's a chance that I need to take. I'd hope there's something like a Dark Reaper coming. Daring Fire Reader. Well, Daring Fire Reader would always be able to kill a frothing, so that makes very little difference. This, I suppose, is Chain Gang into Fungalomancer and try to push. See what happens here. If he has another Fire Reader, that would be so sweet for him. Oh, that was really, really solid. Couldn't ask for a better opener. And now he will survive long enough to get to some good spells. Yeah, not good. Can't use a Dino Medic here. Blood Razor is not effective. I need to use the Militia Commander to take the trade in order to give myself a chance to get a Fungalomancer out there. Well, taking a beating from this Big Spell Mage obviously isn't that great. But overall, better. Try to punch him in the face a little bit, but they can be a Blizzard. Blizzard followed up by some other good stuff, and that's not going to look nice. If it's just a Meteor, then obviously I have tools to beat Meteor here, but I don't have high expectations from this position. If he has a Blizzard after that double Fire Reader, then I think that's just going to be game. I think it's very unlikely that I would be able to recover from that. And he has the Blizzard. Nothing I could do about that. Well, I can silence a minion, but then it will lose the damage buff. And then he can still play like Flame Strike. But that's still the best I can do, right? Because then I will play around Meteor a little bit. So I do think I need to do this. Because this will give me a board that doesn't die to a Meteor. Obviously it dies to Flame Strike, but come on, I can't help that. I have a limited set of cards available to me and I make the best I can out of those. We do everything we can. Next turn will be a Lich King. And hoping for no polymorph or Meteor or anything then. Okay, we got a Meteor now. We might of course have another Meteor next turn. Now that Chrome top deck makes life interesting. Because if I were to push face now, if I Blood Razor and hit him in the face, I put him down to 11. And I set up the Chrome, which would potentially be lethal. Unless he has Ooze. I think I need to set up that lethal. Not setting up that lethal is just... I have to set up this lethal. I have to set up this potential lethal. Ooze is really strong here, because Ooze then also allows him to ping away the Mountain Fire armor. But I mean, my options are kind of limited. I'm running against the clock here. The longer the game goes on, the more favored he is. Or if he has an Artificer. Well, that one. There could be Ice Barrier. Ice Barrier is possible. He also had the Ooze. Ouch. Well, that was incredibly strong. Obviously. That was obviously incredibly strong. Tough luck. Now this one hits face and we'll see what the secret is. It was Vaporize. Okay. I think I'll Dino Medic this board in this position. And we'll see what we can do next. There was an option to go with the Lich King, but he already had 6 on board, so killing the Lich King would have been somewhat trivial. But of course there can also still be polymorphs and all sorts of stuff like that. He could just play Jaina here. I would snap play Jaina if I was him. Being at 13, going to 18, perfectly safe. This is always a Jaina turn if he has Jaina. But I had no play that would deny the Jaina, not even the Lich King. Not even the Lich King was strong enough to deny Jaina play. Going to 18, facing 8 would have still been perfectly doable. So I had 0 plays that can deny Jaina. So he doesn't have Jaina. That's a piece of good news. Do I need to kill the Artificer immediately? I think I do. This will be killable with a Flame Strike. That's the way it goes. I also want the Worgen out there. Well, if he has a Flame Strike, he has a Flame Strike, obviously. But wouldn't he have used Flame Strike instead of Meteor last turn if he had a Flame Strike? And the answer is yes, that should have always been played over the Meteor. There would be no reason to hold a Flame Strike in a hand. Time Tinker. Oh boy. Classic legendary, eh? We'll see. He could still have a Polymorph. Polymorph is an option. Polymorph is definitely an option. But we might also be turning a corner here and getting somewhere. There is the Polymorph. Okay. It's time to play the Lich King. It's always time to play the Lich King in this position. And these fellows are going face. They're not going anywhere else. Death Grip. Unlikely to be good enough. I know he doesn't have a Flame Strike. He could have another Polymorph. He could have 2 Polymorphs. Hi, Luke. This is sick hand. That was a really sick hand. So, Entity, Splitting Image, Vaporize, Ice Barrier, Frozen Clone, Runes. I can't kill him in Runes even with Chrome. Mana Bind. Let's do this one first. Astromancer. Getting a 4-drop. Is getting a 4-drop powerful enough? Unlikely, right? Need to attack there to see, check out the... Okay, so I think it's Keleset here. Check the Entity and the Runes. There was the Entity. And then the Chain Gang. Okay, well, he can quite easily deal with my board. Okay, we've seen a couple of Meteors, Blizzard, Polymorph, Ooze, Keleset. And it attacks and kills a minion, it grows, okay. Now it's time to play the Astromancer. I get a 3-drop. And it is time to play the Frothing Berserker too. Alright. Let's see. Can I push? I have no way to activate my Grom, that's a... I mean, if I could find like Scourgelord Garrosh, that would be a big deal. He must not find Jaina. He also still has a bunch of AoE. Because I've only seen Blizzard and 2 Meteors. I've seen both Polys. But I haven't got the position where I could actually play Grom. He has had too much stuff on the board. There's no doubt in my mind that this one can kill a minion, of course, this turn. If I could top deck Garrosh, and he can't find Jaina, there are some things that can happen here. Oh no, did he find... He found Dragon's Fury. And he rolls... He rolls a 6. Well, that was unfortunate. Obviously. Grom going down to 3 health. Countess Ashmore. Yes, Countess Ashmore time. And I can pick up... I could not pick up a card that I could play this turn. Oh no! I needed the Worgen. I needed the Worgen real bad. Well, now the Countess Ashmore is going to get killed. Unfortunate. Celiax makes no difference. I can set up another lethal potentially with the Blood Razor. Yeah, the order doesn't matter. They will all die. And there's the Worgen. So it's time to set up another lethal, right? It's time to try to set up another lethal. Okay, let's see how this goes. So here goes the Blood Razor. And Blood Razor goes face. I put him down to 12. I could also Militia Commander down his Skulking Geist. Do I want that? It can be useful, yes. This plays around Jaina. Okay. So now I have potential lethal set up through Jaina. No, actually I don't. I don't. This loses the attack. It's not quite enough. It's not quite enough if there's Jaina. Or if there's any taunts. So close. It's so far away. Can we do it? There's no Jaina. There's another Dragon's Fury. So lethal is denied again. Alright. So I need to wait with the weapon. Mounted Fire Armor. Yes, Mounted Fire Armor is coming down. And I suppose Celiax is coming down. Can he top deck a Flame Strike? 10 cards left in his deck. There's a decent chance for him to get a Flame Strike. He can ping Flame Strike, kill Celiax. I'll play the Worgen. I don't play the Celiax yet. I'll play the Worgen. This leaves me with Celiax for follow-up. Can he find another board clear spell? I mean, just simple Blizzard will do. Or Flame Strikes. I take that to mean that he couldn't find it. And then finally we get to play the Grom. And we actually win that one. Paladin. So Paladin is probably going to be an Odd Paladin, right? So I'd need to get on the board very early. Chain Gang is still a card that can help. I can try to hold on to Chain Gang. Mulligan all the rest so that I can try to get on the board earlier. I can try to find Blood Razor. I'm assuming Odd Paladin anyway. Then I want stuff like Blood Razor, Scourgelord Garrosh. That's the kind of stuff I need. And obviously, getting a bunch of nice rush minions can be good. Love the Rhino with the 0-3 lower thing. Yes, that is potential, of course. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's a quick opener. There's so many hunters on the ladder. How do I counter them? Play this Odd Paladin. Odd Paladin it just completely wrecks Hunter. I had the option to coin Mountain Fire Armor, but I didn't want to. I want to coin Blood Razor next turn. That should be able to wreck his board. Unless he has Stonehill Defender, then Blood Razor should be extremely solid here. Do I want to hit into that though? I mean, it will die anyway. Next turn. Yeah, I think I need to hit face here, just He's not going to buff the health of that minion. I don't see that coming, so it will die to the whirlwind effect. I'm effectively dealing 2 to him in taking 1 to my own face.
The light protects me.
And I think I'm fine with that. Now that was an impressive board though. Because that's a board that is going to leave stuff behind. So what if he has a Fungalmancer? He can win this game if he has a Fungalmancer. I mean, I have the option to silence the Divine Shield and hit here. Then he will be left with just 1 minion on the board. A 2-4 against my 4-2. I have the option to hit here. Put this one down to 2 health. He will have 3 minions against my 2/2/3s. Fungalmancer is scary. Forceful Warlord, a little bit scary. I think I'll still take this approach. I'll hit there and I play the Chain Gang. This will leave him with 3 minions. Obviously scary stuff if he has exactly Fungalmancer. But I didn't have any line that was very good against Fungalmancer.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, this is not too bad.
Your magic shall not.
I can silence the raid leader here. But I haven't found the rush minions. Rush minions are the way to prevent your opponent from generating tempo. I had a Blood Razor, but not a single rush minion. And now, if he has Frostwolf Warlord, he can start doing nice things. 2 Corridor Creepers. Well, that is a very solid hand, of course. I had a Blood Razor. That's really good. I probably have to use it, right? Well, I have an alternative play in Mountain Fire Armor and Frothing Berserker. What if there is a Frostwolf Warlord? What if there is a Fungalmancer? Fungalmancer, this kills. This kills. Oh boy, oh boy. That's a tough turn. He has not had a Fungalmancer before. I know that. It's just a top deck card coming. I think I need to play these minions instead of Blood Razor. I need to give him the risk this 1 top deck here. This is for the greater good. What is the 1 top deck? Okay, it's not terrible. What is the card that he has left in hand? I don't know that one. But I get a board clear from this. I still don't know the card left in hand. Maybe it's like Leroy or something. Now I of course will take the board clear. Hit there, hit there. Clean up this board. Then what? Okay, Liam has some potential. But how much? I mean, I'm just hitting Grom into his face, right? This is the Liam. Grom goes face for 10. What else do you do in a position like this? Can I play multiple cards? Well, I could. But just like Spellbreaker or Fungalmancer, Mountain Fire Armor, stuff like that. I don't have any rush minions, so if he finds another taunt, I still think this is Grom turn. Grom on the board. Activate Grom. Go face. See if I can somehow wiggle my way through this. Too bad I haven't found any rush minions. I mean, I have Ashmore. Ashmore is going to draw some.
Behold the might of Stormwind! Reporting for duty.
So is Grom going to trade? If Grom trades, he will be able to kill the Grom. Alternatives. I could silence the Stormwind champion and play Fungalmancer. Grom could go face for 12. Other alternatives. Grom trades and I Fungalmancer the Grom. Grom is at full health. He needs something more to kill it. Would I do that with Keleset or would I do that with Mountain Fire Armor? With Keleset into Ashmore next turn. I think I'll try this. I think I will try this. So Grom is now of course a little bit more vulnerable, but I have Ashmore refill with Keleset buffed minions. And it will be difficult for him to contest that. I'm expecting Odd Warrior, Odd Paladin. So I'm keeping a 1-drop and I'm keeping a Blood Razor. Well, that's a no-brainer. Mulligan. Yay! But it's not an Odd Paladin. This is probably a Secret Paladin then. He kept 3 cards. I don't think people are playing the OTK version a lot right now. My mulligan, of course, was too defensive if I am going to be the aggressor, but we'll see. Yeah, decks can be pretty expensive. Like Uther DK is the control deck that you can play in practice right now. I think I want to attack and check that out, even if it's Noble Sacrifice. I want to get Noble Sacrifice out of the way so that I can Worgen. So if he plays like Amani here, then I can just Worgen it down. It is a Secret Paladin. He could coin a secret on top of this Hydrologist. It's possible. But yeah, control decks have always been very, very expensive in Hearthstone. I think that is very unfortunate. I'm not happy about that, but that's the path they have chosen. Basically, right now you can play OTK DK Paladin, which isn't terrible actually, because there are not a lot of OTK decks right now, so even if you're slow you can beat up aggro. And you can play Token Druid. Those are the only quite affordable. Token Druid is obviously a combo deck, it's not even a control deck. Those are the affordable options. This is a deck that uses stuff like Blessing of Kings. So one option is to play Chain Gang and do nothing else. What if he plays Fungalmancer? Going Fungalmancer kills the Chain Gang. Then I could play the Blood Razor. Not great. What about just playing the Blood Razor now? Trade Blood Razor, clean up the board. What if there's a Kings? This becomes a 5/5. I think Chain Gang is still acceptable here. And there's that one secret that he has from the Hydrologist, which can be like redemption for this Protector. So we'll see how this one goes. There are a few alternatives how this one can turn out. This is not a terribly powerful alternative for how this one could turn out. I could also just Dino-Medic this board. Dino-Medic is probably fine. There's Corpse Takers and stuff in that deck. Or do I really want to go with the Blood Razor already? Not really, I guess. I'll just Dino-Medic that board. I think this is okay. I knew Coin Fungalmancer was a possibility, and it looked attractive from his perspective, but I had multiple ways to deal with that, so I was quite happy to get rid of the coin. So I didn't really mind that. Kalin top-decked Leroy 3 games in a row. Excellent, Kalin. I'm also doing fine. I even beat a Big Spell Mage with this deck, which was excruciating, but ultimately satisfactory. Scam is waiting for rotation. Yeah, that is a thing. I was hoping he would miss this 50-50 roll. I really hoped he would. Can't really magnetize on that. So it's probably Noble Sacrifice, right? This one attacks, Noble Sacrifice pops up. There will be a knife. And there are various ways to play around that, but it could also be a redemption, which is why Towncrier Fungalmancer doesn't look too attractive. Because if it's redemption and then I hit into this, And it could also be the auto defense Matrix. I suppose I want to take this hit. We get to see if it's the redemption. It actually was the redemption. Interesting. Well, in this case I could also just go with Celiax and Town Crier. I kind of like that. Just Celiax that one down. And get Town Crier out there too. So I get a few minions here. Some potential for Fungal Mancer boards. He needs to buff up stuff if he wants to kill the Celiax. Or use a Maul or something. And yeah, Maul is fine. But it's only fine. So far so good. More secrets, eh? Oh, that Frothing Berserker is so sweet. But it could be... So the correct order here is to play the Chain Gang in case it gets Repentance, then attack, then play Frothing, then attack, so that I don't miss any Frothing buffs. What if he gets to keep a minion? I guess it's fine. We check for Repentance. What was Repentance? That's so cool and stuff. Play the Frothing. I trade away the minion. Frothing starts to get buffed. I still have 2 taunts on the way. Okay, one of them has only 1 health, but that's much better than Frothing having just 1 health. Spellbreaker. Always kind of works. Divine Favor for 2 cards. So many interesting things, such as more Frothings. What if I Fungal Mancer this into a 3/3 in order to trade? No, this one being a 4/5 is better if I want to trade. This one being 4/6 is even better. Ooh, now I think I know. Now I think I know. Go for a Frothing here. I will trade this board away. I'm just going to do it like this. Fungal Mancer here. Then this old Frothing can trade. Which will leave me with a 4/5 taunt minion, protecting this new Frothing. This I like. That can be scary for him. That can be very, very scary for him. Does he have another silence? Oh, but he can give them Divine Shield. That's pretty strong. So, let's see. I think I'll just go with the double Town Criers. We'll see. Druid might have so much armor that I can't push through. On the other hand, this deck does have some nice end game to it, but we'll see. We'll start by drawing some of those rush things. So some Token Druids, really? I haven't seen a Token Druid in months. I have faced some Malygos Druids and not Megaton Druids really. Mill Druids, Togwaggle Druids. Those are around. So we draw some more of this stuff. I'm hoping to go in Fungal Mancer on 4. That's the current plan. That is a little bit annoying. Do I give him 5 mana for next turn? If I don't, he uses this to trade. He will have just 4 mana next turn. I don't mind a trade. I'll delay his additional mana for another turn. I think it's better that way. Keep him at 4 mana for this turn. Ouch. That golem was a really nice pickup, of course. Really nice. So now, if I coin the Fungal Mancer, these become 3/4s. They kill this, but then everything dies to a swipe. If I play Militia Commander is just better. Militia Commander is simply better than using the Fungal Mancer. How much of this little useless stuff can he have? Apparently quite a lot. You don't want to buff him up to 8 mana now? Not particularly, no. I have the option to trade there and play Saronite Chain Gang. Because this deck is also using Spreading Plagues. I'm so happy when Spreading Plague rotates out. It's a very annoying card. I think trade and Chain Gang is the best line here. I think this is better than Fungal Mancer. But we'll see. Okay, let's see what happens next. Okay, and he goes with the taunts or with the poisonous? With the taunts. Alright. I guess I expected nothing less. Fungal Mancer. I still need to hit everything into those taunts. Any other good options? Get Darius growing. He probably has something that can kill it. Almost certainly has. But that would be an alternative. Hit, 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 Darius hit. Darius would be a 6/5. But he has had so much additional armor, Spellstone can easily deal with that. I think I'll try with this. Get a bit of wider board here, but Spreading Plagues are so good. Spreading Plague would always be good. There's not much I can do about that. Funny how it works. Druid, which is supposed to be weak against white boards. It isn't. Ha. So Darius, I can kill 1, I can kill 2. Darius will die to what he has already, and if he has Ultimate Infestation, then I guess it's just going to be a game, but sometimes you just lost the roll. Darius Mountain Firearmor is still the best line I have available here. This will kill one of these, this will hit into another, Darius will kill that, and then I'm going to coin the Mountain Firearmor. And then I'm going to hope that he doesn't have an Ultimate Infestation. But all of these Druid cards are going away in very near future, then I will never have to play against them again. It will be so awesome. All of that broken stuff that I'm facing right here, soon, completely gone. So no UI, but a simple Spellstone will do. And I guess that's the Spellstone. Yep, that would be the Spellstone. But why the face hit? That's surprising. That is really surprising. I mean, I could kill the Arcane Tyrant. I have Worgen, I have Celiax. That is probably good, right? Protects my face a lot. I think we're going for that line. I'll just take the trade. Take the trade into the Arcane Tyrant. Get rid of the Arcane Tyrant, get myself to 25 health. Get a bit of board. Oh dear, Nourish is a good card to have. I still haven't seen... I've only seen one Spellstone, I've only seen one swipe. Oh dear. Such good stuff. Not the Militia Commander time yet, right? But that was the last rush minion. My Ashmore is only going to draw Blood Razor from the deck. Well, it is still going to draw Blood Razor from the deck. Why did I have top deck the only rush minion remaining? Tough luck. This is still an Ashmore turn.
My power over you grows stronger yet.
And Mountain Fire Armor is going to hit face. Oh, actually, yeah, that was still Mountain Fire Armor in the deck too. So it wasn't guaranteed Blood Razor. But only Death Rattle minions remaining. So I had to take that 1 out of 16. Had to be exactly Militia Commander to make my Ashmore bad. Anything else in my Ashmore would have been good. Well, that happens. Do I play Mountain Fire Armor together with Fungalmancer? Now I've seen both swipes. Just one Spellstone. This is probably Togwaggle Druid. I can play Mountain Fire Armor with the Worgen. If I play Mountain Fire Armor with the Worgen, that's also not that great though. It doesn't have a lot of minions coming. I could actually start with the Dino Medic. I can do Dino Medic, Mountain Fire Armor, Hero Power. This is the best board. This gives me the most flexibility potential with Fungalmancer in the near future. There's a Spellstone remaining. There's of course Naturalizes remaining. Drawing too many cards, this druid is. And there's another Spreading Plague remaining. This is still just Fungalmancer, right? Not the Scourge Lord. Yeah, not the Scourge Lord, it's a Fungalmancer turn. It's a Fungalmancer and then I hit some face. That's what I want to do here. If he plays Spreading Plague, I just play Scourge Lord Garrosh and Hero Power to kill his Spreading Plague. 3 minion Spreading Plague. I would not be afraid of that. There are other things that I might need to be afraid of. Like the fact that his deck is almost empty. It could be a Hakar Druid. There could be a combo that kills me. He kind of wants to hold on to those Naturalizes a little bit. Oh boy. Five cards left. He's at 26. I do want to kill the Florist. It's just a question of how do I kill the Florist. Rapid Worgen, Frothing Berserker, 6 mana. Blood Razor, 10 mana. Worgen hits into the Florist. Frothing on the board. Blood Razor finishes off the Florist, I push face. I'm set up for next turn Grom. Unless he does Spreading Plague. That's the way I read this. This one goes there. I could have done it in another order. That would have been slightly better. One attack more on the Frothing. Although this Frothing is never going to actually get to face, so I don't think it's going to matter. He has 4 cards remaining in the deck. And he draws them all.
I'm out of cards.
So he 2 fatigue. He has 19, that's 9. This is lethal, right? Alright. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.